Hello and welcome back. It is time for more Final Fantasy XIV. This time I think we will attempt the Realm of the Gods. Go and fight a bunch of Final Fantasy gods. Because they're threatening to lay waste to the world. First off, I'm now a level 90 Dragoon. Fancy, shiny Mandeville weapon. Really like the look of it. Not completely happy with the look of the level 89 armor, but we can always change that. I do have level 90 gear, of course, the same gear that's on my Reaper, since they share gear, though we don't have level 90 wrists or rings. Do have level 90 neck, and of course the earring. Gear, the main gear is level 90. And of course we got this really sick weapon. Mandeville, of course. Fully upgraded. Now we've got enough for 1.5 more Mandeville weapons. So we're still stockpiling that. This is where we're at. We got level 90 Dragoon, Ninja, Reaper, Sage. Monk is 69, nice. And Samurai is now 61. I figured I'd work more on Samurai before I get Monk to 70. Because the whole point is to try and reduce the amount of gear I've got. So once Samurai reaches level 69-ish, then I'll get them both to 70. And then all of my physical DPS gear will be level 70 plus, which is nice. And then I've gotten Paladin and Warrior both to 71, which means they can do the level, I think it was the level 80 weapon quest area island place, or was that, I think that was that the Southern Front? I think that might have been the Southern Front, because I know it, whichever the one that was, you could be level 71 and go there and do things, and it had a cap of level 80. So at the very least, both of them could go to that and do things, if I so choose. And Gunbreaker is level 79. Again, I'm holding off on leveling Gunbreaker all the way to 80 until I get Warrior and Paladin up there, so that I can get them all to 80 and then just swap over from level 70 gear to level 80 gear. Slowly whittle things down. Yeah. Now, I'll probably, though, go Dark Knight for these gods. That feels like a good idea. I'm sure there's still other side quests that we could do. Though we are running low on those now. Would you look at this place? Hello, Derek. Aglaya! Ah, yes. Okay, so then I will have to party finder then. Raids, Aglaya. Duty completion. First time. Also, I've been told that I should probably include go. Bow, 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 bow. And some cards came in the mail. So I got the the Y'shtola deck. The Y'shtola. It's very shiny and reflective in this light. But I got that, and then with that came, again, a little, what do they call it? Sample pack. Sample collector pack, which has just had 2 cards, which was Summon Valefor in a borderless form. And then also Emet-Selch of the 3rd seat in borderless. Okay. See if that helps a bit. And then I purchased Hildebrand Manderville borderless. Wonderful, and of course you've got Namazu in the background there with her little bombs. And then I got Emet-Selch Unsundered. There. And he flips into Hades, Sorcerer of Eld. Cool. And then I purchased the other half of that fusion card that we got. This one's Vanille Cheerful, I see. And then she flips into half of Ragnarok Divine Deliverance. And I made sure to get the matching art version of it. The borderless. So, find her. Where did she go? outside. I'm gonna have to dig for her. Oh wait, you know what? She's probably in this group. The group of borderless slash... Yeah, there she is. Borderless slash... full art. There's Fang Fearless. Okay. Fang Fearless. I see. Who flips into the bottom half of Ragnarok. So that it would then form one full giant card when they fuse the two of them. So yes, pulled the Fang, and then I had to purchase the single of the nil just so that I'd have both of them. But also, the Y'shtola deck is pretty crazy. 'Cause they've got a bunch of cards in there that are all about interacting with you casting non-creature spells. So instant sorceries, enchantments, equipment, vehicles, I guess, would count. Because vehicles aren't creatures until they are crewed. So I'm pretty sure it just counts as a artifact spell. They got all kinds of things in here. They've also got propaganda, with Alphinaud being held up by the Crystal Braves. With the Crystal Braves turning on Alphinaud. You are not immune to propaganda. You got Thancred Waters, who flashes in. He's kind of a dark card, but also that light is bright. And it's got a Thancred protecting the young, what was her name? She obviously wasn't Minfilia, but bad with names. But regardless, he's got Royal Guard. When Thancred Waters enters, another target legendary permanent you control gains indestructible for as long as you control Thancred Waters. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Thancred Waters gains indestructible until end of turn. He's also got Flash, so you can cast him as an instant and just be like, no, protection! You will not destroy that creature. And the Y'shtola deck does come with a Hildebrand Manderville. Not borderless, it does have a border, so mine's, the one that I purchased is still a bit fancier. But yeah, Hildebrand, he's got an adventure that you can cast him as for 2 and a black. Create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Then exile this card. You may cast the creature later from exile, so you may cast then Hildebrand from exile for 1 and a white. Creature tokens you control get +1/+1. When Hildebrand Manderville dies, you may cast it from your graveyard as an adventure until the end of your next turn. So until the end of your next turn, you could then cast it as the adventure thing, summon a 2/2 black zombie, and then cast Hildebrand Manderville again from exile. So he's as long as you've got the mana, he is immortal. also got in here? Oh, you got Urianger. We've got like a bunch of the Scions, if not all. Yeah, Urianger. Whenever you play a land card, or a land from exile, or cast a spell from exile, you gain 2 life. And he's got Draw Arcanum, you tap him, look at the top card of your library, you may exile it face down. Play Arcanum, tap him to until end of turn, you may play cards exiled with Urianger Augerelt. Spells you cast this way cost 2 less to cast. So yeah, when you play a land or cast a spell from exile, which you'll do when you use his abilities, you get 2 life, and you get to just stack up cards in your little exile pile that you can then later cast for cheaper than you otherwise would. And you've got Tataru Taru. When she enters, you draw a card, and target opponent may draw a card. And then she's got Scion's Secretary. Whenever an opponent draws a card, if it isn't that player's turn, create a tapped treasure token. This ability triggers only once each turn. But still, that means right when she comes out, you draw a card, one of your opponents draws a card, whichever one you choose, and then you get a tapped treasure token as well, because they drew a card on a turn other than their own. And then if you get any other... if you have any effects, or if they have any effects that cause them to draw cards on other people's turns, then you also get more treasure tokens. Then you got Alphino Levier, who's a partner with Alige, of course. They were apart, but never again will they be apart. And he's got Eucrasia. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, draw a card. And we've got Ardbert, Warrior of Darkness, here. And he's got 2 effects. Whenever you cast a white spell, put a +1/+1 counter on each legendary creature you control. They gain vigilance until end of turn. Whenever you cast a black spell, put a +1/+1 counter on each legendary creature you control, and they gain menace until end of turn. So, whether you cast a white or a black spell, he's gonna give +1/+1s to all your legendary creatures. And he's gonna give them either vigilance or menace. And since this is a black, white, blue deck, a majority of your spells are going to cause Ardbert's effects to go off. And you got Grahatia, who's the other foil legendary creature of this deck, alongside Y'shtola. He's got lifelink, and then Throw Wide the Gates. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay X life, where X is that spell's mana value. If you do, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token, and put X +1/+1 counters on it. Do this only once each turn. Which is neat. You can just summon up heroes that are as powerful as the spells that the other non-creature spells that you cast, but cost you some life. I forgot to mention Y'shtola, the commander of the deck, or the intended commander, has vigilance, and at the beginning of each end step, if a player lost 4 or more life this turn, you draw a card. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell with mana value 3 or greater, Y'shtola deals 2 damage to each opponent, and you gain 2 life. So there is some life gain in this deck. I mean, obviously, Graha has lifelink, and there are also other spells, like there's ways to get Moogles on the board, which I believe that, yeah, they have lifelink. And then I think there's other ways to gain life, but yeah. And you stole his whole... It's like, at the beginning of your end step, if the player lost 4 or more life, you get to draw a card. There's a lot of card draw in this as well, and there is a thought vessel as well to make yourself... to get yourself infinite hand size. The deck also comes with an Emet-Selch of the 3rd seat. So funny that the deck comes with that, although bordered, of course. And then I got in the sample pack that came alongside the deck, I also got another Emet-Selch of the 3rd seat. But he does spells you cast from your graveyard cost 2 less to cast. Whenever 1 or more opponents lose life, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. If that spell would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. Do this only once each turn. And of course, that's feeding into the Emet-Selch theme of trudging out things from the past to use. And we've got Lys Hext. Fancy, flowy. She's got Prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. So, already she's just going to make it easier to cast those non-creature spells. And then as long as you've cast 2 or more non-creature spells this turn, Lys Hext has Double Strike. You got Estinian Valeno. Fancy. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, again, this is the theme of the deck, put a +1/+1 counter on Estinian Valeno. It gains flying until end of turn. So he's just going to get stronger and stronger every time you cast a non-creature spell. At the beginning of your second main phase, you draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of opponents who were dealt combat damage by Estinian Valeno or a dragon this turn. So you go into combat, if Estinian hits a player, and then if a dragon hits another player, then you're going to, during your second main, draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. Right? Or if just Estinian attacks one opponent, then that's draw 1 card, lose 1 life. And if you've got Estinian and Ardbert on the field, you cast a, say, a black or a white non-creature spell, all your legendaries get +1/+1, and then Estinian gets another +1/+1 from his own ability, and just buffing up everyone. Getting real strong. And then there's Alice Olivier. She's also, of course, got partner with Alphinaud. She's got First Strike and Dual Cast. Dual Cast, the second spell you cast each turn, costs 2 less to cast. Making those easier. Got Cryle Baldessian. With her book in her study. She has Lifelink and Trace Ether. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may return target creature card with mana value equal to that spell's mana value from your graveyard to your hand. Do this only once each turn. Got some graveyard interaction. And that's like in the first half here. Let's see. Papalymo Totalymo. He has, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Papalymo Totalymo deals 1 damage to each opponent, and you gain 1 life. So if you have him on the field, and then you pull your commander, your Stoll onto the field, whenever you cast just straight up whenever you cast a non-creature spell, everyone loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. But if that non-creature spell also happens to have a mana value of 3 or more, then that means that everybody loses 3 life, and you gain 3 life. Combined between the 2 of them. A little bit of synergy there. He's also got pay for and tap, sacrifice Papalimo Totolimo. Each opponent who lost life this turn sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures they control. So, if his thing goes off, deals 1 damage to all of your opponents, and you gain a life, and then you're like, sacrifice Papalimo, each of you has to sacrifice your strongest creature. We got someone joining the party. Finally, we got one person. And what else do we got in here? You got summon Good King Moggelmog, the 12th. And he's got create 2, or he's a, saga creature enchantment. So when he enters, you put a saga counter and he creates 2 1/2 white Moogle creature tokens with lifelink. So you get 2 of them. And then for his 2nd and 3rd saga counters, whenever you cast a non-creature spell this turn, create a token that's a copy of a non-saga token you control. So he starts out, creates those 2 Moogles. If they're still around the next turn, and you cast a non-creature spell, you get another. You could make another Moogle, or another token of something else if you wanted to, but more Moogles is good. And then, the 3rd turn, you cast another non-creature spell and you get another Moogle. In fact, every time you cast a non-creature spell in either of those 2 turns, you could get another Moogle. So if you cast 2 non-creature spells on each of those turns, then you now have 6 Moogles with lifelink. For his 4th and final saga, put 2 +1/+1 counters on each other Moogle you control. So you really want to get as many Moogles as possible on the board. And that way, when Moggelmog finally has to leave, he buffs them all. +2/+2. He himself is also a 4/4 with flying and lifelink. You've got the Eye of Nidhogg equipment. Legendary enchantment. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature is a black dragon with the base power and toughness 4/2. Has flying and death touch, and is goaded, which means it has to attack at each combat if able. When Eye of Nidhogg is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, return it to its owner's hand. So yeah. It does not leave. It does not go away, except if somebody can exile it. And the other thing about Goaded is it attacks each combat if able, and attacks a player other than you, if able. So, you could enchant an opponent's creature, turn them into a base power and toughness 4/2 flying death touch dragon, and then it has to attack each combat, and it cannot attack you yourself. So it has to attack your other opponents. You guys also got Champions from Beyond, which is a summoning card. When this enchantment enters, create X 1/1 colorless hero creature tokens, because it costs X +2 white mana. It's got Light Party. Whenever you attack with 4 or more creatures, scry 2, then draw a card. Full Party. Whenever you attack with 8 or more creatures, those creatures get +4/+4 until end of turn. pretty crazy. There's also Final Judgment, Exile All Creatures, which has a depiction of the one of the Sin Eaters. Well, a bunch of the Sin Eaters, including the giant, like, Archangel one. Yeah, and then there's also in here Hraesvelgr of the First Brood. And he has Flying Vigilance, Ward 2. Shiva's Aid. When Hraesvelgr enters, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn, and can't be blocked this turn. So, that means, especially if you've got Hraesvelgr and Estinian on the field, and Y'shtola, you've got a way to make it so that Estinian is unblockable, he can do damage, which means that a opponent was dealt damage this turn, so his effect goes off. And then Y'shtola, since Estinian, I think he starts out as a 3/3, let me find him. Again. Where were you, Estinian? Where were you, Estinian? Oh, there you are. Yeah, he starts out as a 3/3, but when you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1, so then he becomes a 4/4, and then Hraesvelgr gives him a +1, so he's doing 5 damage, which is definitely 4 or more for Y'shtola's thing to go off, which causes you to draw a card, and then you draw another card from Estinian, and you lose a life, but it's got some good synergy in here. That's for sure. And of course, a lot of Final Fantasy XIV stuff, which is fun to see. So, here we sit and wait. Got 3 of the peoples needed. Because this is a... It's not an alliance raid, right? It is an alliance raid. Is it? 3 parties, crap. I'm gonna have to adjust that then. Edit it. Why can't I edit it to Alliance? Okay, I'm gonna have to close it out then. Let me see if I can copy, yeah. And recruit. It's gotta be Alliance. There we go. That is going to take a while to find people, so I guess while we wait, we'll go on the hunt for other side quests that we can start up. I think, as I recall, there was something out here. In the Ruby Sea, that we haven't done yet. Yeah. There's a couple. There's Heaven Sent and A Part of Your World. A Part of Your World. Riding my motorcycle under the water. Suino Sato. Kurenai. The Ruby Princess is waiting for you to join her. You are ready to depart? Excellent. Let us make for Onokoro. I believe we will best be served by beginning our search there. You see, while we have next to no contact with the outside world, we do receive the occasional visit from the Kojin of the Blue. During one such visit, I was given a tome filled with fairy tales. It was old, worn, and, from what I am given to understand, written in Kugane. In it was a story about a fisherman who sailed the Ruby Sea. While traveling, he came across a princess who had fallen into a years-long slumber. She was eventually awakened upon taking an elixir of some sort. What intrigues me, however, is the fact that many of the places this fisherman visited exist in the real world. It makes me wonder if, perhaps, this story is rooted in reality. The tale begins in Onokoro. I trust you will escort me there? Thank you. Now, let us depart without any further ado. Back to Onokoro, right where I came from. There you are. So this is Onokoro. It is a lovely place. The people here are incredibly warm. Take this gentleman, for example. As soon as I set foot on the island, he offered to take me on a tour.
What are you looking at? Get lost.
You boisterous pirate.
Get lost? Why don't you get lost? Wait a minute. I know you. My comrades talk about you all the time. My apologies, madam. I was only just joking with you, of course. One can never have enough rich or powerful friends. That's why I approached your young charge. Figured if I helped her now, she'd someday return the favor, should I ever need it. So, what brings you to our island? You are looking to learn more about a fairy tale? I know nothing of fairy tales, but mayhap I can direct you to someone who does. There is a fisherman who visits us once a year to hunt for treasure. Some of the men here say he is as old as the seas themselves. I reckon he, if anyone, would be able to tell you your story. Luckily for you, he just arrived the other day. You should be able to find him at the Quickscape Pier.
Thank you for your assistance, sir. We will go speak with him right now.
Not to worry, little lady. Just be sure to remember my name and pay me back when the time comes.
Junasia, did the kind gentleman ever give us his name? Without a name, I'm afraid I will be unable to send him payment for his help. 'Tis terribly unfortunate, but there is little that can be done. Now let us promptly make for Quickscape Pier. We do not want to miss the fishermen.
Indeed. Now, it is level 90. So I'm hesitant to do it unsynced. Just because I'm not sure how much that would help. We shall see. Okay. Switch to Alliance. Elderly fisherman.
Hello there. Is there something you need? The tale of the fisherman and the ruby sea. Ah, yes. Indeed, it has been a long time since I heard that one. I believe it was my great-grandfather who told me. Or perhaps my great-great-grandfather. Or perhaps my...
That is all well and good, sir, but if you could please just tell us the story.
No, Harvey. Harvey left.
Ah, yes, my apologies. Let us see if I can remember how it went.
Oh, I very much hope you have not forgotten it. We might never know the whole tale if you have. The tome I received as a child was so tattered I could only read bits and pieces of the story.
I recall now. Once upon a time there was a fisherman on the island of Unokoro who saved a Kojin of the Blue from the maws of a terrible beast. As thanks, the Kojin offered him a vial of liquid. When taken, it would allow the fisherman to plunge into the far depths of the ocean without drowning. It was there that their journey together began. They visited temples, palaces, and villages under the sea. They met all manner of men, women, and creatures, including a beautiful princess who had fallen into a deep, deep slumber. According to her people, she had been like that for years. Hearing this, the Kojin pulled out another vial containing an ancient Tamamizu potion, which had been passed down to him from his great-grandfather. Or perhaps his great-great-grandfather. To continue with the story, upon being given this mixture, the princess was instantly awakened. The moment their eyes met, she and the fisherman fell in love. They were immediately wed and in a palace at the bottom of the sea, where they lived happily ever after.
Thank you, sir, for taking the time to recount that regaling tale. It was truly enlightening. Ginasio, from what we heard, I can only assume this story took place in Shisui of the Violet Tides. Perhaps we should return to Sui no Sato and see if we cannot dig up any mention of this incident. Again, thank you very much, sir. You are a man of great wisdom.
And he goes back to fishing.
Right,
All the way back.
another joins the party. Let's get this killing party going, yes.
While I know little of what life is like on the surface, it seems to be a lovely place. The people are incredibly kind. I grew up listening to stories of how pirates would slit your throat the first chance they got, but those on Onokoro seemed rather cordial. Though perhaps I have your presence in part to thank for that. Shiosai shall be joining us shortly. Most stories in Suinosato are passed down orally. He should be able to tell us if any of our own stories match the tale the fisherman recounted for us.
I mean, seems like a story that would be told here.
A tale in which a Huron fisherman and a priestess were brought together by a Kojin and wed in a palace under the sea.
It sounds almost as if it's a story about Shisui of the Violet Tides. Though the part about the Ruby Princess marrying a Hyur might be something of an embellishment.
To the contrary, Your Grace. I believe generations back, a Ruby Princess and a Huron man were once joined in holy matrimony. The son they bore was said to have had almost no scales. Until now, I had considered it to merely be a tall tale spun by the elders for their grandchildren. Yet it is possible that the story is true.
Then there's a chance that the remedy also exists.
It is not impossible. Your Grace, I must apologize to you. If I were being completely honest, I thought all hope for Lady Hisui's recovery was lost. What you tell me, however, has revived my hope. You are a born leader. Through your actions, you have reversed all our fates.
That is incredibly kind of you to say, but without this wonderful lady beside me, we would never have come so far.
Indeed, Mistress Fasan. Please accept my deepest thanks. So long as you are here, I can rest knowing that Her Grace and our village will remain safe. Now, Your Grace, I suppose you are about to announce your intention to travel to where the Kojin of the Blue reside, in search of this miracle cure. I wish you safe travels.
Junasia, at long last, I can see the light. Hisui might finally be saved.
Alright, Kurenai. The Ruby Princess is eager to depart for Tamamizu. Got necklace options that are level 62, and then materia. How does this look? It looks pretty nice.
Junasia, are you ready to go? Good. Then let us immediately set out for Tamamizu. While Suinosato has been, for the most part, isolated itself from the rest of the world, we have had some little contact with the Kojin of the Blue. This, however, will be my first time visiting their village.
I've been there before. I got you.
You've been there before? Excellent. Then, you should be able to show me around.
Yes, indeed.
Ba-da-bum.
Oh, actually, we can just teleport there. Yep. I keep my gear fully repaired. It's all good. Look at that. Kurenai.
Tamamizu, it is not so different to that of our own village. Now, where should we begin our search for this ancient Kojin remedy?
You should ask some of our acquaintances for advice.
While I have met some Kojin during their stay in our village, I'm afraid I cannot recall who any of them are. Ah, but wait, perhaps I spoke too soon. The merchant who gave me the tome. If I'm not mistaken, he goes by the name of Inbun. Let us go search him out.
Indeed.
It has been many years, so it is difficult to be absolutely sure, but I think this is Master Inbun, the merchant I told you about.
Inbun. That is my name. Do we know each other from somewhere?
Does the name Kurenai ring a bell?
Kurenai. Yes, I remember now. You are the little girl from the palace. People grow so fast, they do. You have changed so much, I scarcely recognize you.
Master Inbun, I am glad to see you have not forgotten me. We have sought you out today to ask you something regarding the book of fairy tales you gave me long ago.
Ha 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 ha. I remember that one. What would you like to know? You are looking to find a cure for your sleeping friend. A most notable cause indeed. I am an avid collector of ancient tomes. In one of them is the exact remedy you speak of, an elixir that can wake those who have fallen into a deep slumber.
Truly? Then might you share with me the recipe so I can recreate it?
The recipe should be easy to find. The necessary ingredients, on the other hand, not so much.
What do you mean?
To make this potion requires the shell of a bloated Umemi, a giant Umemi that has had over 100 years to mature. Decades have passed since one of these was last spotted. Your only hope now would be to capture a Umemi larva and wait 100 years for it to grow potent enough to make your cure.
No, that cannot be. It's too early to give up. You're absolutely right. Just as you saved Shisui of the Violet Tides against all odds, so too must we rescue Hisui, regardless of how helpless it seems. We will find this mythical creature no matter how hard or long we must search.
Perhaps it is as you say. If you were to look hard enough, you will find one. If you are serious about this, I would suggest you begin your search in exile. It was formerly considered a prime hunting ground for these creatures. Kelp was often used to lure them out of hiding.
Then I shall go and gather some straight away.
Good. Gather the most succulent stalks you can find, and take them into the cave. If any bloated Yumemi are present, they will immediately be drawn to you. Or perhaps you should have this woman here take them. You appear to be as strong as our gatekeeper, you do. No doubt, you will be able to make quick work of whatever appears.
Chunasia, I shall meet you at Exile in a bit, kelp in hand.
So we go to Exile. Man. Sure does take a while to find 23 people. Especially when there's already the Orban Monastery and Eden's Gate Resurrection. Looking for people. Oh, I've been pissed. Exile. How many do they have? They've only got 3. We've got 5, of course. Eden's Gate has 3. Here we go.
I made sure to collect the longest and most luscious stalks of kelp I could find. Here. The hunting grounds Master Inbin mentioned are in the deep recesses of the cave just over there. From what I gathered, the bloated Yumemi's great age is what allows them to accumulate an incredible amount of magic, most of which is concentrated in their shell. We can only hope that should one be here, it will be tempted out of hiding by the sweet smell of its favorite food.
Indeed. Whew. Look at the size of him. And he's dead. Well, sorry, my self-esteem. I thought I might need you, but I guess not. I'm just too powerful for that. Got a giant shell, but don't mind self-esteem. He's going away now.
Chunasia, Master Inbin grew worried and kindly came to check upon us. Did you have any luck in the cave?
Check out.
This shell! Ugh.
Is this what I think it is? You did it, Chunasia. You have procured a bloated Yumemi shell. Perhaps the very last one in existence, even.
So this is the shell rumored to be capable of curing any ailment. It looks nothing like that of regular Yumemi. That you were able to find one so quickly makes me wonder if the bloated Yumemi is not as gone as we think. Mayhap they simply began burrowing deeper into the earth in response to our excessive hunting. I must make up for this grievous miscalculation. Please give me the shell. I shall make the remedy you seek and deliver it to Shui no Sato. It may take some time to prepare, but should be well worth the wait.
Thank you very much. Now Hisui might finally be saved from eternal slumber. Junasia, once again I am in your debt. Together let us return to Suinosato, that we might share the story of our success with Shiosai.
Good night.
Shiosai has been duly informed of all that happened. When I told him of how you slayed the bloated Yumemi, his eyes went wide and his mouth dropped. Rarely do I ever see him so surprised. Then again, he has every right to be. Your efforts have allowed Master Inbin to set upon making a remedy that should, in theory, have been impossible to recreate. Which reminds me, I believe I owe you an apology. You were only to escort me to Tamamizu, but due to my own inability, you were forced to do so much more than that. Truly, I do not know what I would have done without you. In addition to saving my people, you have opened up my eyes to the world. Through you, I have come to learn so much. When I finally return to Shisui of the Violet Tides, and reassume my role as the Ruby Princess, I shall look back fondly upon the memories we created together on this grand adventure. Until such a time that Hisui awakens, however, I shall remain here. I sorely hope that you shall too.
Two princesses of Suinosato.
Junasia, Master Inbin has yet to arrive with the elixir, but we must not allow ourselves to grow impatient. He will come to us as soon as it is ready. The longer we wait, however, the more I worry about Hisui. Shiosai assures me she is doing well and that, thanks to one of our own ancient remedies, her bones and muscles remain strong. Even so, I feel compelled to confirm this with my own eyes. Let us go to her. Having her brought from her room. It should not be much longer. Looking upon her, I am reminded of the Ruby Princess from the fairy tale. What causes you to continue sleeping, my friend?
Initially, I had feared the void scent that possessed her had driven her soul from her body. Now I suspect Hisui's spirit has simply gone dormant. It is attempting to recuperate from the trauma it endured. Master Inbin's elixir will likely restore what vitality has been lost. Indeed, that is correct.
Master Inbin!
I have brought the elixir. In the olden days, we would sprinkle this over the eggs that refused to hatch. It would serve to strengthen the soul of the Kojin within.
Sprinkle? Do you mean to say Hisui does not need to drink this remedy to recover?
Drink it? There is no need for that. All we need do is pour this over your friend. Here, I made plenty.
Just like all of our potions and elixirs, just... But will it work?
Hisui! You are awake! Thank the kami! You are finally awake! I am sorry for everything. Princess, I... What are you talking about?
You've been asleep for quite some time.
To think that you had to travel so far and overcome so many obstacles to save me. I know not how to thank you. Nay, 'tis I who must thank you. Think nothing of it, Princess. As your lady-in-waiting, it is my duty above all else to ensure that you are protected. Oh, Hisui, truly I am blessed to have you in my life.
The girls, they are identical. I cannot, for the life of me, tell them apart.
They're wearing different clothes and their hair is done up differently. And one has a flower... Wait, no, do they both have a flower? They both have a flower, but one has like a white background, the other has a black.
Indeed, there is a great resemblance.
See? See? Red flower with white backing, red flower with black backing. Very different clothes as well. Different hairstyle.
Mistress Fazan, now that Lady Hisui has awakened, her grace must return to the palace and resume her duties there at once. While I will ask that you say your farewells to her here, I do hope that this is not the last you will see of each other. I have watched her grace blossom into an intelligent and capable young lady under your care. It has made me think that being sequestered in a castle is not the best way to raise our rulers. You have saved us in more ways than I can count, and taught us so much. Suino Sato is forever changed because of you. Thank you. Thank you for everything.
So it is here that our grand adventure together draws to a close. I, however, would like to enjoy your company for just a bit longer. Please allow me to escort you to the gates. I shall forever cherish my memories of our travels together. Whenever I look back upon them, they will fill my heart with a serene happiness. You came from afar and braved the depths of the sea, all so that you might rescue a sleeping princess. The story has a familiar ring to it, does it not? Indeed, and just as with the tale of the fisherman, mayhaps someone somewhere has recorded our story too. Sadly, this is where I must part ways with you. It is time for me to return to the palace. Farewell, Junasia. Farewell, Sui no Sato. Or rather, until next time. With me to take Her Highness's place while she is away, I do not imagine it should be too hard for her to sneak out whenever she pleases. Even Shiosai has difficulty telling us apart. All we need do is exchange clothes, and no one will be any the wiser. To prove my point, here is a quick test for you. Look very closely and tell me, am I Kurenai or am I Hisui?
You are Princess Kurenai.
If you thought you could tell us apart by our clothes, you were mistaken. Just earlier we swapped garb and I am, in fact, Hisui.
What? And you changed your hairstyle.
Despite the numerous journeys we embarked on together, it seems even you cannot tell us apart. Hisui, let us leave it at that. I think perhaps we have teased Junasi enough for one day. Just as you have guessed, I am the real Kurenai. You always were incredibly perceptive.
Okay, so I was right.
Now truly, this is where I must leave you. Life is a long and winding journey, and I am certain our paths will cross once again in the future. Until then, I ask that you keep on smiling and maintain that wonderful disposition of yours. Fare thee well, my friend.
One last wave goodbye. Man, we get people to join, but then other people leave. We might not be able to enter the realm of the gods today. It's already been an hour. Huh, there goes Mary. Man. That's rough. No, there's no Aetheryte over there. Gotta take the long way. Look at the size of those sharks. Oh, there's two. An auspicious encounter, as well as heaven sent. This vexed villager is keeping watch of the ocean with a growing sense of dread.
Where's that blasted boat? It should have been here by now. Oh, sorry, didn't see you there. My daughter is late returning from Kugane, you see, and I thought to come and look for her. I can't imagine the Confederacy giving her any trouble. She's always been good about putting money aside for the Ruby Tithe. Oh, gods! What if the Red Kojin caught sight of her? My dear sweet Shihome, she only meant to bring home a bit of old furnishings to give comfort to our village. I don't know what I'd do if anything should happen to her. I know this is sudden, but you've the look of a woman who can handle a bit of danger. Would you be willing to look for my daughter? She should be traveling close to the shore of Sakazuki.
Close to the shore. well. Rasen Kaikyo. Now, what is this? For want of a memory. Yes. It's the weapon quest. Hello, sir. It is a giant boat. Like, this is huge. I guess if it's like a fishing boat, it would make sense to be this big. So you can load it up with some fish. It just feels real big. Got some flying sharks on these shores. Xiaomi!
Ah! Please stay away!
Not another step.
I've come from the Saudi in search of Xiaomi.
From Isari, you say? Was it my father who sent you for me? My ship was attacked by the Red Kojin, but I was saved by this warrior of the blue. Would that I could have saved the cargo on board.
Save the cargo? Very well.
Wait, your kindness is greatly appreciated, but you cannot mean to go against the Red Kojin, not alone.
And off he goes.
Please, miss, you have to go after him. He was gravely injured in my rescue. 'Twould be suicide for him to face them in his condition.
Right. Overconfidence much?
Yeah!
Silly little Kojin. I got them for you.
How could I fall for such an obvious trap? Thank you, brave warrior.
I still don't understand why these are called Kojin of the Blue when they are very clearly wearing a lot of green. The Kojin of the Red are wearing a lot of red, but the of the blue, green. Not sure how that works.
Oh, thank goodness you're both all right.
Why have you come, woman?
I'm sorry, you both were gone for so long I began to worry and...
Do not misunderstand. I am not angry. I meant only to say this place is dangerous. But the Red are gone now, and your cargo is safe. Everything is there, yes?
One, two... Yes. This seems to be all of it. The others will be so happy when they see these goods. Thank you so much.
Then my work here is finished.
Wait, please. Would you at least tell me the name of the gallant Kojin who rescued me?
My name? I am Kabuto of the Blue. Kabuto. You, brave warrior, what is the name of the woman who rescued me?
Junasia Visan.
Junasia. I shall remember it.
I haven't much, but please, let me repay you both for your kindness.
Junosia saved my life. For another to repay my debt of gratitude would be a stain on my honor.
I see. Then at the very least, let me give you something. Most of these goods are worn or broken, but if anything there is to your liking, by all means.
Broken?
Repairing them is part of my training as a craftsman. Thankfully, the merchants of Kagane are willing to part with such wares for relatively little. Still, I hope there is something here that pleases you.
So she purposely buys broken goods because they're cheaper, and then she just fixes them up because she already knows how to do that. Makes sense.
What is this?
Yeah, what? Ah, that is a karakuri puppet. Would that I knew who made it or how. Fixing it was quite the challenge. Still, the children back home will love...
I would have this karakuri.
Oh, that is a fine choice. Yes, a fine choice indeed. Far be it from me to deny the Kojin who saved me his reward.
Junosia, meet with me at the entrance to Tamamizu. There, I will present you with a token of my thanks.
A peculiar one, isn't he? Certainly not the best with words, but his heart is pure and sword true. Thank you again for your help. Delivering these home should be easy enough on my own. Take care and safe travels.
Bow, 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 bow. Bow, bow. Huh. Island, the Isle of Beko to complete this quest. How far down? Is it under the Isle of Beko, actually? Maybe. No, it's just on a lower level. The island. Capito. Capito.
You have come. Good. There you are. You disobeyed me to go and search for treasure again, didn't you?
Says someone.
There you are. What's this? Ah, Junosia, welcome surprise. I hope Kabuto has not given you too much trouble. She saved my life, and so I wish to present her a token of my gratitude. I did not realize you were acquainted. Perhaps I should take my leave. Wait, Kabuto. Where are you going? What of your gift to Junosia? So you did not come to speak with her? I was not even aware she was here. I came here searching for you. How many times I must tell you not to go searching for treasure on your own? The Red are running amok in the Ruby Sea. You know this. Yes, I went alone, and yes, I was saved by Junosia, but I believe it was fate. It brought us together and rewarded me with a Karakuri puppet. I will not deny you are a gifted fighter, but it would be foolish to mistake today's happenstance for good fortune. Though I suppose you have done worse in more favorable situations. Before we continue, I wish to add today's find to the treasure vault. You seem puzzled, Junosia. Ah! You must think he means to travel to the Isle of Zeki. Allow me to explain. As you are aware, the Isle of Zeki has been home to the most prized relics of both the Red and the Blue since time immemorial. Though the Red guard it fiercely, they can no longer subsist on the plunder of the Imperials. Now they demand that we join in their work as mercenaries and raiders. Naturally, we refused, and so they deny us entry to the vault. Rather than take up arms against our brothers, we've taken it upon ourselves to create a new treasure vault here in Tamamizu. To that end, we have devoted a great deal of effort to searching far and wide for treasures with which to fill our vault. If certain individuals would learn to not to wander off on their own, I could take comfort in knowing said efforts are not wasted. The others would only slow me down. You will have to forgive Kabuto. He is as stubborn as his shell is thick, but you are not here to listen to our quarrels. Come, let us make our way to the treasure vault. Kabuto, you've returned. What wondrous treasure have you brought us today? You can't possibly expect to fill the vault on your own. Such a task is much too great, even for you. Let us help, brother. No, I work alone. Oh my! You never mentioned the puppet was a Kojin. Such detail. Such craftsmanship. The kami will surely be pleased with a treasure so fine.
Uh-huh.
Kabuto of the Blue! What? Makura, was that you? No one walks alone, Kabuto. To turn your back on your brothers and sisters would be folly of the greatest order. Tsukumogami! Oh, great divine spirit, we are humbled by your presence. Raise your heads and be proud. You have done well to gather such a glorious bounty. But the task before you is too great for a single Kojin. Kabuto, you must lead your brothers and sisters. Lead them to ever greater treasures and prosperity. You have been chosen, brother. I am honored. Truly I am. I swear on my honor, our vault will overflow with riches. But I need no help to... Silence! You will form a company of treasure seekers, starting with her. Yes, you, the fleshy one. Please, Divine One, there is no need to burden her with such insolence! You call yourself a warrior, but your prowess pales before the might of Genosha. Was it not you who said it was fate that brought you together? Yes, but how do you... You must accept that to which fate has bound you, Kabuto, and do so with all your heart.
Well, this sure is something.
Henceforth, you and yours will be known as the Divine Circle. Who else shall join you in this endeavor? Well, there is Zukin, Makara, and Shikitai. I mean, that is, if it isn't an inconvenience. There is your backbone, Kabuto. The duty placed upon you is both sudden and daunting, so your uncertainty shall be forgiven, but only this once. Furthermore, until you prove your resolve to be unbending and your mind focused, I, Tsukumo, will oversee your operations personally. And with that, our team is assembled. Let us set forth and seek out the untold riches of the realm that even the Red Kojin will burn with envy. Heaven sent.
The Blue Kojin have begun making contributions to the treasure vault in Tomomizu. Oh, is this a society quest line? Yep. The Divine Circle. You have achieved friendly reputation with the Kojin. To Kojin is divine. You can get Ventures, Zeki Groupers, and Amberjacks. Nice. Head on back to the eastern coastline there. Pick up that other quest. It seems like we're not getting people. Well, I'll just put an end to it for now. Maybe next week we'll be able to enter the realm of the gods. Fight some gods. Now, what have we here? Soroban. Music orchestral Iroha. An auspicious encounter. Soroban is about to present you with a proposition you would be a fool to refuse.
You would know more of my venture. Excellent. I shall be glad to tell you all I know. Though perhaps it would be easier to let our anonymous client speak for his or herself. Here, their missive. For the Ruby Sea and all who call her home, we seek the aid of the warrior who laid low.
What? Party recruitment. Yeah, it is. Frown. Yup. Sorry. Yup. Whoops.
Strange proposal, aye. Though it must be noted that they knew both of your deeds and of our part in them. The Red have no love of trickery, so I doubt it a trap of theirs. And should this client have honest intentions, then for the sake of these waters, it may behoove us to engage them further. As for their test, enclosed with the missive was a magic dagger. Whoop. I should mention that this dagger is old and exceedingly valuable, that our client was willing to entrust it to us without a guarantee of our cooperation, bespeaks considerable wealth, and more importantly, considerable reward. If you are willing to undertake their trial, I shall journey to Hell's Lid and prepare to open the path. But given the financial incentive, I think it for the best if we went and fetched Mistress Tataru. Wait for us there, then.
Yeah. Guess nobody wants to kill gods today. All the way down there. Waiting. Tataru!
Hope you haven't been waiting long, Ginasia.
My apologies for the delay. I thought it best to explain everything to Mistress Tataru on the way.
Honestly, all he had to say was that he'd found a way to make up for Alphino's obscene expenditures. No matter how reckless or dangerous the scheme, if it balances the ledger, I'm all for it. So there's a bunch of monsters living beneath us? What kind of place is this?
Well, according to ancient legend, Hell's Lid is where the hero Tenzin defeated a host of Oni. Oni were foul, evil beings that tormented the peoples of the Ruby Sea, and this island was home to many, until Tenzin, together with the four lords, drove the Oni into the sea. For his heroic deeds, Tenzin was showered with riches. He then journeyed deep into the mountains far from the realm of men, and lived in solitude with his companions, happily ever after.
And now Ginasia is being asked to drive the Oni away again?
You misunderstand. What I told you was a fairy tale. To the best of my knowledge, no one has ever seen an Oni. If anything, many assume the tale refers to ancestors of the Kojin.
So what you're saying is that you've got no idea what's waiting for us down below. In that case, I'll leave this to the experts. If you need me, I'll be hiding behind that rock over there. Goodbye, Tataru.
By experts, I presume she means you and your adventuring companions? I do hope you were not counting on me to join you in the fight.
Yeah. Most NPCs don't join me in fights.
Hell's Lid now accessible.
Well, surely we'll have better luck with this, yes? Recruiting members, we could even see if I can reset. Let me see here. Is it possible to... Can't move you to my alliance. What the... This is... Yeah, this is just a regular dungeon. Oh, well. Archer disbanded. Well, I guess we can... I'm sure we could do it solo, unless there's something that requires multiple people, which I doubt because it's only a 4-man. That usually happens with 8 or 24-man stuff. But, oh, whoops. Oh, hey, we got in anyway. Forgot to switch it to unsynced. Whatever. Didn't take long. Look at us.
Hell's Lid.
Guess we gotta kill these guys first. fire dragons. Oh, and another. Okay. Where's my healer? Hello? It also helped if our samurai actually used AoEs. Hello, Darrow56. It's been going alright. How about yourself? Well, I should say, it's been kind of going alright. I was trying to queue up for fighting the gods, but I guess nobody wants to fight the gods today. Of course, it's a full alliance raid, so... And it's level 90. So getting that many people together for something like that tends to be difficult. We're going to stand well. Those are shield and speed. Just set down. Really? Can't really sit here all day waiting for people to show up, because people showed up and then other people left and then more people showed up and then other people left. It just wasn't going well. I don't have all day today. Especially if you're already caught up on, like, late game stuff, then you're just waiting for the next patch of new stuff. But I figure between the patches I can at least catch up on all this side quest stuff that I hadn't done yet. new raids are really good. Or at the very least, the music is very good. So I have had fun with them. I haven't gotten the orchestra rolls that I want, though. I really want the third raid orchestra rolls. Of course, all of the Arcadian songs are really good. Recommend them. Geared up for Dark Knight and Viper. Or at least the Arcadian stuff. Haven't done any, like, Savage raids, though. People? Friends? What happened? Well, now comes the point where I gotta decide, do I tough it out? Or will it just take longer versus just dying and bringing everyone back? Dying too slowly. I think I can finish him off. That's what Dark Knight's doing. Yeah. The crazy mix. I still remember there was a dungeon in Endwalker. I can't remember which dungeon, but there was a boss that was had a lot of AoE mechanics that you could just avoid. So most of the damage you could just not get hit by. And it ended up that, like, I think about halfway through the fight, all of my party members died. And so I just soloed the rest of the boss as Dark Knight. As there was a pretty good rotation of just avoid his mechanics. He's got a big hit that I use Blackest Night to absorb. Give him my healing the way that I can. Just keep that cycle up. Everybody was all like, it might have been. I remember it had like a mechanic where it would do like quarters of the arena attacks, like 2 quarters and then 2 quarters in kind of a diagonal. It was the dungeon, I think, where you're heading down to find that like void gate opening, that like entrance to the void or something. It was that dungeon. You're heading under the sea and stuff. Oh, that was Shadowbringers, was it? Okay. My bad. I thought it was Endwalker, but I guess, yeah, it must have been Shadowbringers. Yeah, that's right. Because it was, that was where we start to work with the void and crossing, like, ether from the first to the void. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So either that was post Shadowbringers or it was early Endwalker. The one that I'm talking about. But yeah, it's a boss, and then the party members are just like, man, you could just solo this dungeon, what are we even here for? And I'm like, no, don't worry. You guys are important. It takes a while as just me. Yeah. I think, as I recall, when I'm talking about these, like, post-Shadowbringers. At least it feels like it. So I'm pretty sure that was, like, the start of where you start to get into the Golbez stuff. Okay. How that works. No, I don't think it was from Elpis. Because you go into this, like... You go out to, like, an island or something, and then you go underground and deep down, and there's a lot of But it definitely... I feel like it definitely has something to do with... Rajapan, which would be Endwalker. So maybe it was Endwalker. Yeah. The Ratsatan Dragon's Vault, that's the one. Yeah, you raid the vault, and then you discover the void portal. And it was in that dungeon. It wasn't the final boss, it was like one of the bosses along the way. Little Threedle! Yeah, ribbons. Yep. Buddy. Yeah, so it was definitely an Endwalker then. Or post-Endwalker. Day before yesterday. Ah. This little turtle.
Perhaps we should turn him right side up?
Look at all the little critters! They're adorable.
Oh. A marvelous performance, truly marvelous. But then you did best the Lord of the Revel. By the kami, a talking turtle.
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
I trust you forgive me for my deception. 'Tis something of a Far Eastern tradition, the testing of strength and so forth. A bit raw, perhaps, but anyway, welcome to Ryzen Temple. I am Genbu, guardian of this sacred place and leader of our little collective. Genbu? The selfsame Genbu of the tale of Tenzen, one of the Four Lords? Under normal circumstances, I would assume you named for the legendary being, but clearly this is anything but normal. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would meet a talking turtle. Oh, but every one of us here can speak your tongue. Is it truly so surprising? After all, we each have lived more than 1,000 years.
I knew turtles were long-lived, but I had no idea that was even possible.
In this wondrous land of ours, it is said that a beast which lives 1,000 years attains a measure of divinity. This temple is a place where such auspices may gather. But take not my word for it. Speak with my comrades and learn their tales. We will talk of the endeavor after.
We may as well do what he says. Besides, who knows what valuable secrets some 1,000-year-old animals may know?
Last boss fight. Yeah. Yeah. Let me just look for it. Not that. No. No, it's definitely in the... Where was it? Maybe it's over here. No, that's Dog Trail. It's weird. Okay, that talks about the Void Gate and the Treasure Vault. Yeah, this is one. The Alzadal's Legacy. Yeah, that's the dungeon.
A friend of mine,
Here.
a friend of mine, Tamamo Gozu, once called this place home. Possessed of 9 tails, her power far eclipsed my own. But one day she left to live amongst men. What became of her, I wonder?
Who knows?
Senri. Judging from the way you and that woman are gawping, I'm guessing you're not from around here? Don't know how it is in your homeland, but here, if an animal manages to survive 100 years, it begins to get ideas, delusions of grandeur, some small power, sure, but nothing much to speak of. survive 10 times that and you become a full-fledged auspice, though. Speech, magics. It's quite the change, believe me, which is why we call it the change. What? I never said it was something clever. Anyway, point is, don't let our appearances fool you. I could kill you 5 times before you hit the ground, but I won't, on account of me being civil, for now.
Uh-huh. Main dungeon starts, the whole fight will come. Yep. Yeah, there are so many dungeons. And of course the daily roulettes don't get to nearly all of them.
Hey, that hurt. You didn't have to give it everything you had in that fight, you know. I only just went through the change, so it's not like I was going to slow you down that much. Well, I suppose you didn't know it was all for show, and I was probably really intimidating. Oh, right. You were asking about the collective, weren't you? Let's see. Genbu's the oldest of us. Oldest in the Far East, too, I think. One of the 4 lords, so as you can imagine, he's much more powerful than regular old auspices like me. But you probably knew all that already.
Silly little ferret.
Genbu. Now that you have a great understanding of who we are, I shall tell you of the rather thorny predicament we now face. The divinity of the auspices manifests in myriad ways. For example, I possess clairvoyance. And with my preternatural power have I seen a vision of the Ruby Sea, of young Shah and Tingashi, subsumed by roaring flames. This is no distant future, I fear, and if we are to avert it, we must needs enlist the assistance of an exemplary warrior, one such as she who faced the Lord of the Revel and lived.
What should we do? What should we do?
Fear not, little one, for I have a plan. But to understand it, you must first understand the duality which lies at the heart of we auspices. The Aranitama, the primal rage, and the Nikinitama, the boundless calm. These elemental forces comprise the soul of an auspice, and it is only when they are in balance that we are truly ourselves. Alas, over great spans of time, or when caught in the midst of tumultuous events, this balance may be disrupted, and the soul may be divided. An auspice overcome by the Aranitama is a wild, feral thing, all the more dangerous for the divinity. Calamity and catastrophe invariably follow, tremors and floods which destroy men's works. Auspices can bring about these natural disasters. How frightening. Perhaps, but you must remember that there are auspices who delight in aiding the peoples of these lands. Auspices who may have even wreaked havoc in the past. Recalling the tale of Tenzin and the 4 lords.
The one Sorban told us before? About a samurai and the auspices who drove the Oni from this island into the sea?
Just so. Yet I fear this accounting of events is not quite accurate. For it was not only we in Tenzin cast out from this place, but an auspice. An auspice with the power to move heaven and earth. Koryu, wholly consumed by the Aranitama. He stoked the flames of this island's heart until it very nearly erupted in a fiery maelstrom. Tenzin led us in battle against our mad brother, and together we sealed him in his temple. But as the truth of the tale fades from memory, so too do our wards weaken, I fear. Should Koryu break free, he may well finish what he began, and ensure my vision of flames comes to pass.
So, long story short, you want Junasia to give this Koryu what for when he wakes up?
I should think not. Her accomplishments notwithstanding, it would be foolish for any mortal to face Koryu without proper assistance. To wit, that of the Four Lords. Regrettably, I am not the young auspice I once was. And to make matters worse, my 3 compeers have nearly succumbed to the Aramitama. Come we forfend. 3 of the 4 lords have gone mad. The Ruby Sea is doomed. Nearly succumbed, nearly. Alas, in marshalling their strength to retain control, they are unable to commit their powers to the preservation of the wards holding Koryu in this prison. And now that you have a full and complete understanding of the situation, we may at last discuss your part in all this, warrior. I would have you and your comrades face mine in battle, and quell their raging Aramitama. What say you?
So I don't get to kill him? Well, it's still something.
You are an intriguing one, aren't you? We are grateful for your assistance. Let us brook no further delay and introduce you to another of the 4 lords. I informed Byakko of your arrival when you first entered our domain. He should be returning any moment now. Come!
And yeah, the main story, Daily Roulette tends to take a long time. Over there. Because you got... Where is it? He's got Castrum Meridianum, the Praetorium. Yeah, that's the one that takes a long time. Castrum Meridianum is not too bad. There's not as many cutscenes. And then the Praetorium just has like 50 different cutscenes. Starting to grind for Mentor. Ooh. Yeah. Though I do tend to like the... when it does give us... Is it the... yeah, the Porta Decumana? Gaius Van Baelsar. Yes. Ultima weapon fight. Because at least it's got good music. It's pretty chill. It doesn't take... I don't think it takes as long as the Praetorium. At the very least, Praetorium just has way too many cutscenes. And so it just feels like it drags on forever. Yep. Yeah, because Meridianum has, I think, a couple cutscenes, but it's mostly just like any other dungeon. aside from that.
Old friend, the day of reckoning draws nigh. The wards will fail, and Koyu will break free. Before he does, you must quell the raging Aramitama in your soul. This warrior will help. Doubt not her strength, for she has danced with Susanoo himself.
Yeah. Praetorium is... Oof. Can't skip. Too many cutscenes. Including there's one part where it's just like... You go in a fight, then there's a cutscene. Then you walk 5 steps, and then there's another cutscene. And it's like, really? You couldn't just, like... continue on through? It had to be... Alright, cutscene's over. Walk 5 steps, cutscene again. It's just ridiculous over there.
A bold, audacious claim, yet if Genba believes it true, the more I look at you, the more of him I see. A similar presence, perchance. A light. Very well. I will bow to my brother's judgment. Wonderful. Then without further ado, I shall bid my comrade relax and surrender to the Aramitama.
What? Here? Now? Won't he go on a murderous rampage?
Why, yes, that's rather the point. He will be reduced to the feral beast. And then it will be Genossia, was it? Genossia's turn to do battle with my brother and help him quell the fury within. But if all it takes to quell the Aramitama is battle, then why do you not do the same for Koryu? Why seal him away? Because it was too late, as I said. Koryu is wholly consumed by the Aramitama. Naught remained of the Nigimitama. All that he was forever lost to us.
Yeah. Yep, still very, very long.
The effort I expend to hold back the fury I will instead use to safeguard the calm. It is then you must act, but know that if you fail, it will only hasten my fall. My soul is in your keeping, Drosha. Do you understand? Then let us quit this place. Genbu may not mind the chaos, but if I am to wager my everything, I prefer to do so in the land of my birth. To look on those familiar wilds with eyes that may soon belong to another.
Oh, really?
When you return to the island, look for Fury. He will guide you back here. Given the circumstances, perhaps it is best that we stay here. Would that be acceptable? Soran, was it? Be at ease. I have a task for you and your excitable urchin. Follow me.
Did that tiny talking turtle just insult me?
So was it just one long dungeon, 8-man dungeon that was like 2 hours long or something? Before they broke it up? man fools, says the little birdie.
House of the Fierce. Prism Lake.
We are here. My earliest memories are not pleasant. From birth I was shunned by man and a beast alike. For my smooth white fur marked me a harbinger of doom. Cast out and hunted, I struggled to survive. But I endured. I grew older and wiser, and one day I resolved to protect this place, and those that call it home. For in spite of everything, it was mine as well. In time they came to see me as a guardian instead of a demon. And yet, for all I have done to rise above the beasts within, I may fall to madness and become the sum of their fears.
Have faith. You will not fall.
One long 8-man dungeon. So, sounds like, in a way, it was better before. Because instead of splitting it up into a 45 minute dungeon, and then another dungeon, and then also a boss fight, it's just one long 8-man dungeon, which is shorter than the total of the 3. But I guess it's also something that is split up, so you can take a break, go do other things, and come back later. Still. The unskippable cutscenes, though. That's a bit rough.
Such confidence from one so young. But as age in of itself does not confer wisdom, nor does youth go hand in hand with hubris. I warn you, for centuries has my Aramitama grown and festered. Hold nothing back, for I will not. Warrior, the time has come for you and yours to make ready. May the Kami grant you strength to save my soul.
Oh, it was far worse before. The Jade Stoa. So that's just a trial, yeah. Let's go for unrestricted. So we can quickly knock this out.
It begins. Receive of me my fury.
children of man, and quell it!
Oh, I see. Fights were balanced well. Oh yeah, that does suck. If the fights last like 5 seconds, and then the cutscenes last 10 minutes, you're like, what even is this dungeon? It's just a cutscene dungeon at that point. That does suck.
There is no turning back! Steel yourself!
What? Uh-oh. Rude!
Twofold is my wrath, twice cast my foes!
Oh boy. Alcate. Well, it doesn't really matter where I stand, I guess. I'm the only one here. You're supposed to be dead now. Hakate. Come on. What are you doing, buddy?
All creation trembles before my might!
Yeah.
Behold, fury given forth!
This looks pretty cool.
My wrath is a ceaseless torrent!
This is cool. I like this. This is fun.
No more games!
You don't see stuff like this nowadays. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that happen in a fight
To ashes with you!
before.
Impressive! Very well, I shall bring all to bear! Lightning Sear! Tempest Surge!
What you need.
hell! Still yourself!
Hey! Let me go!
You're mine! You are stronger than I dared hope!
Yeah, I am.
Tempest Surge!
Oh, so there were also skippable cutscenes alongside the unskippable cutscenes. So if you had any new players that were watching the skippable ones, then it takes even longer. Oof.
Such serenity, such peace. You are indeed the warrior, they say. Not unlike him in many respects. Begone, but 'twas in another era that we first met, him and I. Long, long before the kingdom of Doma. I told you before of my past, of how I was shunned by man and beast alike for the snow-white fur that marked me as a hardship to do.
Ah, skippable at the end. Okay.
Bereft of family and friendship, of home, I wandered the mountains in search of a place to call my own. There I would accept my fate and await the inevitable. But death did not come, for I was unlike my brothers in more respects than my fur. With every century I grew stronger and stronger, monstrous. In turn, what few creatures dared traverse my domain withdrew further and further. Never had I been so alone. And then one day I awoke to find a man standing before me. Bewildered, I rose and bared my fangs as I roared in rage. Begone, or I shall rend you asunder and feast on your flesh. What fool has the temerity to approach me thus? But the man didn't flee. Rather, he stood his ground and said, "This fool is named Tenzin, and ever since he was a child, he spoke the language of beasts."
As soon as you left the dungeon, it's a new player thrown right into the next cutscene on top of that. Yeah.
Be no fool to stand to lose. Return to your people or die. But Tenzin threw back his head and laughed. They would kill me if I dared. For fear of my talents, I was banished. A harbinger of doom, they call me. In that instant, all my anger drained away. Tenzin's words had struck at the heart of me. Here was a fellow outcast, cursed by his kin for his very nature. That night, as I listened to his story, I realized I had found in this man a kindred spirit. Soon after we embarked on a journey together, in the days that followed we met another solitary souls, and aided them as we aided each other. But those are tales for another time. I doubt very much you are willing to stand here in silence while I recount my every adventure with Tenz. Come, let us return to the temple. Gerudo is doubtless eager to learn the outcome of our battle.
And off he goes. An auspicious encounter, indeed. You know what? Let's... So I just want to... Oh. Just want to get in there and see if I can find that, or see about finding that boss. Surely I should be able to get to it without too much trouble. I feel like it's probably like the second boss or something. Yep. Yeah, and that does also mean that assuming they had the daily roulette, if you ever did the main story daily roulette, that's what you were stuck with. 45, like a 35, 45 minute dungeon. There was no chance of a quick little dungeon or simple boss fight. It was always the very long one. Not this fight. I think it's probably gonna be the second boss fight. It's will be might as well grab this. Why not? Get some extra money. Beneath the waves. Leaf of passage detected. Confirming bearer's identity. little ways away. Yeah. I remember it being like some kind of, I think it was like a big old head guy or something. Something like that. Has been a while. I'm pretty sure I've only done this dungeon the one time for the story. And after that, it's never come up. It is a nice dungeon, though. Middle boss soon. Once we deal with King Crab over here. Quatrep Elzadal the 14th. Oh, that's the guy. Yeah, that's right. The armored chariot. Yeah, because he's got that shield mechanic where he can only be attacked from certain sides. That's part of the fight. This is the guy. Rotates. Just stay in your corner. Then he's got the confusion ray, which I think I would black this night. Maybe not though. know he's got a big attack. Yeah, you gotta like get in that slice. This is the one that all my party members died, and so I basically soloed the fight. Oh yeah, there's the rail cannon. That's what I would play this night. Is he... Oh, he used it. He just... That's the difference of 10 levels. It's a pretty good fight for Dark Knight to solo because there's so much downtime. So you've got plenty of time to build up your mana for another Blacklist Night. And also to just get through your cycle of Soul Eater to heal up. So it worked out pretty well. Let's see if we can go a little faster. Yeah, that is rough for a black mage. Not really an opportunity to put down your special damage buff area. Forcing you to move around. learn the slide dance. Capicolo. This one with the spikes. The vault is under their protection. This thing. You can only kinda control your character. So he targets the yellow and then the yellows do a thing. Unless they yeah. That's how it works. Cool. Nice dungeon. Genbu card. Oh no. Genbu card. Use that. Yep. Yeah, Sage is a fun one. And so is Viper. I like Viper. And Sage. I mean, for me, yeah, Sage is my highest level healer. I like that you can shoot things while healing. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm a ways off from that, but I'm working at it. I'm currently working on Monk, Samurai, and then the tanks as well. I just got Dragoon to 90. But yes, obviously, Dark Knight, Sage, and Viper have been high on my list. Viper mainly because it's new and thematically fits for going through, or thematically fit for going through Dawntrail.
Well done, Jurassic. Well done. You have done my friend a great kindness, one we shall not soon forget.
But also, I first started playing Final Fantasy XIV shortly before Endwalker released. Because I remember I had purchased the version of the game that had the Endwalker pre-release bonuses, like the pre-order bonuses. So I've come a long way in such a quote-unquote short amount of time. Relatively short amount of time. Yeah, see, my crafters and gatherers are, I think, base 30s. Fishing is 90. The rest are all pretty low. But since the release of the Moon content, I've been doing more of that. What exactly did you ask Soroban to do?
You needn't be so concerned. You know well the power of the Kojin's incantations, yes? I have but asked Soroban to undergo a little training that he might assist us with the maintenance of the wards. He has demonstrated a remarkable aptitude thus far, in fact.
Yeah, yep. Got here as they were changing things. Yeah, I heard that a Realm Reborn section of content was much worse before I had gotten in there. Or at least, or maybe around the time that I had gotten to that point. I hear that they had shortened it, although it still drags and drags and drags. Even after the fixing. Teamcraft, huh? I mean, crafters are pretty easy in general, just because you just sit there and you craft. There's the gatherers tend to be a little more difficult. With fishing, like, there's a chance, or with all the gatherers, there's a chance to fail. With the crafters, at least at these currently lower levels, you basically never fail. So they at least have that. With fishing especially, it's just like, that's not the fish I wanted, that's not the fish I wanted, that's not the fish oh, the fish just got away because reasons. And that's not the fish I wanted. And that one got away, and that one got away, and... Oh, finally, I got one of the fish that I wanted. Now I still need like 8 more. And at least with the other gatherers, you can choose which items you want to get from it. You might have to work a little bit to get the probability of succeeding within a reasonable amount, but at least you know that's the item I'm going to get. But then the crafters are just do 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 done do do do. And at least with the moon content, they go by pretty quickly, leveling wise.
How much longer must I continue?
Concentrate! Less chatting, more chanting!
What youthful energy! It has been far too long since we had the pleasure of such company. Not since Tenzin, I imagine.
I've been meaning to ask, what sort of man was Tenzin? We only just learned the stories, and you've already said they were half wrong.
Curious, are you? Very good, very good. Far too many people have no interest in the past. What to say, what to say? Well, for one, Tenzin was blessed with the self-same power Genossia possesses, the Echo, I believe it is sometimes called. Alas, as you probably know from personal experience, such individuals are often regarded with suspicion, if not outright fear. Nevertheless, Tenzin was a generous soul who was ever eager to aid his fellow man. Indeed, he died as he lived, fighting for the sake of those he loved. You see, when he faced Koryu, we four lords were still quite young and weak, not even auspices, in truth. And we could not look on helplessly as the two dragged one another to the brink of death. With the last of his strength, Tenzin imprisoned the mortally wounded Koryu. He then bequeathed to us a sacred treasure, a crystal which shone with an otherworldly light. Oft have I wondered if this crystal was the source of the powers we would grow to possess. Would we have become the Four Lords without it? In my heart, I think not. We built this temple to strengthen the wards and safeguard the Ruby Sea in Tenzin's stead. His legacy would be ours, and so it has been to this day. And so it will continue to be, but only if we can rely upon you to quell the Aramitama of our comrades. That can wait, though. Byakko needs his rest, and so do you, Genossia.
In that case, it'd probably be for the best if I went back to Kagane. There's no telling what mischief that man'll get up to in my absence. Off she goes.
I too should take my leave. Doubtless I am needed in Tamamizu. You're not going anywhere. Your training is far from finished, my friend. But I can't possibly refuse the request of the Four Lords, can I? I hate to impose upon you, Genossia, but perhaps you can go to Tamamizu in my stead. It may be some time before I am permitted to return home.
I can do that. Without using your mats. Then you can make a macro from it. Paste in game. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that does sound like it would go a lot faster. With a macro and everything. and without using any materials, which means that you just need a couple, like enough for one item, and then just keep making it over and over.
So Soraban will be staying with Genbu for a time. How wonderful to hear. I have no doubt he will make the most of his most blessed opportunity. Oh, I have another missive for you. 'Twas delivered personally by an unusual cat, an auspice, I presume. You are welcome to come and go from the temple as you like. Free will remain at his post on the ground. You need only seek him out.
I mean, I assumed he would stay there.
I shall be glad if you take him up on his invitation and look in on Soraban every now and then. After all, he is in essence our representative there.
Indeed. And I get an orchestrion roll. Wonderful. I should probably also sell a bunch of stuff that we got. Wouldn't be that, no. Surely we got some things to sell, though. This. Doublet of striking, though. It is level 90. Hold up. Reaper. Yeah, I don't have any level 90. Oh, it's 575. And I could certainly get a 610 item later. So I'll probably just sell this. Anything else? Any darbers? No. Definitely don't need both of those. Desynth them? Don't think I've ever desynthed before. stats allow you to add material to your gear. Yeah, I know I've added materia to gear before. Of course, you have to have the high enough level to do it. Like, I couldn't do it with any of my level 100 gear. But, like, I could meld materia. I know that. But I don't know about... So it's something that you would get, like, a menu option to do it, and you wouldn't... It's not something you'd go to somebody to do, right? By Synthbot. Okay. So I probably haven't done... Well... I don't know, we'll see. Because I've definitely gotten to level 30 in all of my crafters. And I'm pretty sure I had level 30 plus Culinarian before the moon stuff. So you've gone to pieces. Oh, you said Steps of Thal. There, yep. Haven't done that one yet. Okay. Well, thank you for pointing that out. Yeah. Alright, well... Well... Just... I'll go blacksmith. Yeah, desynthesis, I see.
For 12's sake, what living am I to make without wares to sell? She promised the shipment would be here by now. Ah, you there. You're on adventure, are you not? Might I ask for your help in tracking a shipment of goods sorely behind schedule? I know what you're thinking, but considering the client, this request is certain to benefit you as well. If you're up to the task, I would have you speak with Nesting Heron at the bonfire in Central Thanarin. For the shipment to be so late, I can only imagine some new innovation of that Mutamix fellow has her preoccupied.
Tied to desynth level. To desynth level? I thought it was just tied to your level, like... Like, I could meld, of course, to my level 30 gear, but not to my level 100 gear. Central Famine. The low ceilings of the Realm Reborn sections. It's always much lower than I think it would be. Huh. Interesting. What's this about a shipment? Oh, yes, of course. The package is prepared and ready to be shipped. I meant to handle it sooner, but I've become engrossed in the study of desynthesis. I'll be sure to send word of your visit along with his wares. You have not heard of desynthesis? I suppose you would have to visit the bonfire quite often to keep pace with Mutamix's myriad findings. Allow me to explain. Desynthesis is a new technique developed by Mutamix to break down weapons and armor into their constituent parts. In short, it allows the retrieval of those materials originally used to craft an item. On occasion, the process will also yield a peculiar crystallized mass. There is still much research to be done, but we believe the mass is formed from residual spirit bond energies infused into equipment by the hands that crafted them. Because the process is similar to the creation of materia, we've come to call these crystals demi-materia. Just imagine the applications: fortifying weapons, creating new armor. The possibilities are limitless. It may also be worth mentioning that while some of the demi-materia byproducts seemed unfit for reuse, their radiance was not unlike the rubies and sapphires one might find for sale in Ul'dah. I imagine they would fetch a fair price if you were to show them to the right buyer. But if you are truly interested in learning more of desynthesis, I can think of no better way than trying it yourself. Perhaps the next time we meet, you can tell me of your own findings. Use the general action desynthesis, and by doing so, break down unwanted items into their constituent parts. The desynthesis actions can be used by a Disciple of the Hand level 30 or above. The desynthesis action can be accessed via the General tab in the Actions and Traits menu, or by selecting desynthesis from an item sub-command menu. You are now able to desynthesize items, reducing to their original materials. To desynthesize an item, you must first be a level 30 Disciple of the Hand. Select an item and choose desynthesis from its subcommands to begin the dismantling process. Each discipline has its own desynthesis skill level. If your desynthesis skill is higher than the optimal skill rating for an item, there is an increased chance of receiving rare items. You will always successfully desynthesize items regardless of your desynthesis skill level, so never hesitate to desynthesize your items you no longer need. Cool. Certain mass from this. So you're saying desynthesis. So I could desynthesis this, and I could possibly get items that will sell for a lot. Okay. I would probably want to start with lower level stuff. Copernical nugget and wind crystal. Red and blue gems, if you get them, they sell for a lot. Ah. So, required class, current skill. And I assume the higher my desynthesis skill gets, the more likely I will be to get such red and blue gems. And of course the higher level the item. My big break. Ooh, that was a big one. What was it? Hold up. Okay. Yeah, that was a cluster. Wind cluster. Basically still random, okay. Clear demi-materia. Ooh, I got a demi-materia. Is that... No, those are something else. Clusters. But also wasn't... Or is this something else? Oh, okay, so that is it. That's the Demi-Materia 3 is the thing that sells for a lot. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure this Clear Demi-Materia 2 that I have is from the weapon quest that's the level 100 weapon quest. Pretty sure. Yeah. That's cool. So I got one. Well, I guess I'll be desynthesizing from now on. Ooh, another cluster. Whoops. First, I'm gonna have to find somewhere to store all these new materials. I do have retainers, but they also have a bunch of stuff on them at the moment. And my choco bag too. Here. So currently, my choco bag, I still am not. I know there's a way to turn these into actual orchestrion rolls, and I think it's a crafting thing, as I recall. But I've just been storing them until I figure that out. And then I've got my Manderville materials that I'm collecting and stuff. And my retainers mostly have a bunch of gear that I'm hanging on to until I level my jobs far enough. But also I've got this void matter and dark matter and some fish. gear. This is the, yeah, the level 100 dungeon gear, the latest dungeon gears. Oh yeah, and then dyes, of course, lots of dyes. Got some foodstuffs, more gear, and also these coffers. Yeah, these little 92. There's this little hive. Oh yeah, hive whip. I gotta figure out which hive weapon I want to get from it. And expanse. And acacia. Oh, you have 4 retainers. You're fancy. I just got the 2. And they both have exactly 133 items in their inventories. Well, that is where I will have to end things for today, though. Gotta go celebrate my mom's birthday. Take her out to dinner and stuff. But this has been good. Thank you for telling me about desynthesis. Now it's time to level up my desynthesis, I guess. Look at that. It goes all the way up to 740. But we've already got Goldsmith to 15.82. So that's good. For the 2 extra retainers, yeah. It's not bad. It's not bad. Assuming you have that much stuff. Which, if you're crafting a lot, then I'm sure you do. So many different materials to store. But next stream will be on Monday. They're all full. Yeah, I believe it. All full. Yeah, next stream on Monday should be more Trash Goblin, cleaning up trinkets for people. And there's some nefarious things afoot, something to do with a lich going on that we'll learn more about on Monday. And then on Wednesday should be another art stream working on the OC redesign, another view of the armor. And then we'll be back next Saturday and hopefully be fighting some gods next week. If we can get some people to party up. But regardless, until next time, be kind to yourself, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next mission. Bye-bye.